Hex C. This is the part that takes time. Copy. I'll put that here. And then ready for the new year?
Much as you can be, right? They'll be here tomorrow, right? Or they'll be here Monday.
Okay.
That's the best advice anyone ever gave me. They're going to be here.
All right, we're just going to wait for this to start if it already hasn't. It looks like we're live with Coach Spina of Saline, boys cross country head coach. Coach, what do you want to see from your team here today, and what did you see?
We talk a lot about coachability. So a few kids were trying some very specific things. Some of our top end kids were like trying to develop some skills for the state final. So we're already focusing on that. Wanted those kids to work on that. Like, I need you to do this. It may not be what you want to do today, but it's what I need you to be able to do today. Our time trial last week was a little bit rough in spots, and a lot of those kids were able to polish that up. So that was good to see. Overall, what did we see? Just a lot of progress from the kids. They're not running as fast as they want to. They never are, or rarely are, right? They always want a little bit more, which is a good problem to have. But there's a lot of progress from where we were just like 5-6 days ago. So.
The top runner today was Jake Zale?
Close. It's a tricky one, right? Jake Slay.
Slay. I'll just remember Slay. And I think somebody already posted that on Facebook. He slayed out there.
Yes, it's a nice little.
He was showed a lot of promise as a freshman. And what do you think of the way he ran here today?
We talked about coachability at the beginning, and he was like had these goals that included him being patient early and like moving up and letting some other guys do some work early, and then him closing that gap, and he did a great job of it. He was one of those kids that didn't have a great time trial the other day. Talked about what went well, what didn't go well, what you need to fix, and he fixed a lot of things. So it's great to see, a kid running like he can, and like I think with 800 meters to go, he was just finishing strong. And the thing I said to him was like, that's the Jake I know right there. So you have those memories of him Friday, and they're just like erased. He found a way to fix it. So
Brennan LaRusso is a guy who showed a lot of promise as a freshman, and he maybe sometimes gets forgotten a little bit here as a junior. I don't want to say forgotten, but
yeah. Oh boy, I hope he doesn't hear that.
Yeah,
he'll make his name heard.
I know. Yeah, he'll take it personally. But what do you think of the race he had here today?
He's like a tremendous athlete. We're lucky to have him in cross country because he contributes so much. Right now and in the spring, he was working through these injury issues, and we think we have him straightened out. He's still got a little bit of work to do, but he ran pretty well today, and like he pieced together a great like 3,500 meters today, maybe 4, but it didn't hold the whole time. But he's really close. So I think today was a pretty good day for him, but there's a lot more. He's going to be, he's a junior now, and there's just a lot that he can do for us in the next year and a half for cross country and track. It's really incredible.
Who else do you want to call out here today for having a good race?
I think Will Rosales and Will Van Haften, WVH. Those two guys, you saw them side by side for most of the race. Those guys had really good races today. That was impressive. Jay Cole, another kid that had another solid race today. There were a lot, and 3 that don't show as well because they were kind of working on very particular things. Saman and Carlos and Colin had an amazing first 3K of the race, and it hints at what's next for those boys. They're coachable, they're in a great space mentally, and they're super fast. So we're really excited about what those guys got done today, even though they don't show in the results.
It actually feels, it's warm, but it feels a little bit mild. There's a nice breeze, but when you're out there running it
it's not pleasant running weather, right? It's a good picnic weather. But yeah, we scheduled it during the morning, hoping that we would get some 50, 60 degree weather. It's a little bit warmer than we would like, but it's still not bad. They're after Friday's time trial where it was like 80 and humid, this is pretty nice. So.
What's next for you guys?
Next, most of the boys will go to Milan on Tuesday afternoon. It looks like it's going to be hot, so I don't know what we're going to get done there. It's going to be a tough one. But then after that, we have the Bath Invite where we'll match up against some really strong programs from across the state, like traditional names. When you think cross country in Michigan, you think of like some of the teams will be there. Saline. Then I didn't want to sound too greedy, but a couple of other programs will be there, and it's a low stakes matchup, but it's a good measure because like if you can compete there, like you're pretty good. So.
All right, thanks, Coach.